Radio Tribe.
What's up? Welcome to the Disconnect, where reconnection is the dialect. I am Eyebee Knowing, and this is my co-host
Jay Know the Sun King, aka Rod Oba. We banned. I'm feeling so fresh and so clean. You know?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Which kind of brings us to a topic, you know.
Yes,
but before we start off with that topic, definitely want to send a shout out to the sponsor, Walla Vodka. If you're drinking, if that's your thing, make sure you're drinking responsibly.
Absolutely.
But before, moving right along, of course.
So we have a special guest on today. You want to introduce yourself?
Greetings, I'm Yatande, also known as Nicole. I am the founder of Sataya House of Skincare. I am a young big mama. I'm claiming it.
Young big mama.
I am the young grandma from the hood.
Yes, ma'am.
Big mama. Okay.
So whether you prefer Yatande or
Yatande is cool.
Okay, or Nicole. No, Nicole.
I mean, that's my government, but
yes, ma'am. Okay, but you transition.
Yatande has always been.
Yatande. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So I want to, kind of address a topic. I feel like I foreseen this. I would say a couple of years back.
Right.
They always having these Bath and Body Works special. It was during the holidays and looking, holiday shopping and stuff like that.
Right.
And I remember walking in there, and I looked around. Every product had Shea in it. Shea, with Shea, with Shea, with Shea. I immediately got ticked off, felt myself bubbling on the inside.
Yeah. How many years ago was that?
I want to say at least probably about 4 years ago.
Okay, so around that same time, they had a video floating around where they had it was a Caucasian lady who had adopted some melanated children. And she was just like, black people, y'all kept all the butters away from us. All these butters, we found out about all the oils and the butters, and it was a very popular video that was going around, and stuff like that. But anyway, I just want to
right. So it's right. So going and what you were saying is that as I sat there, I felt myself bubbling. I say, wow, they finna commercialize this. They finna overconsume it. They finna over-manufacture it. And they're pretty much into the running into the ground.
Right.
Until we have an issue, now a resource issue, because they've tried to just overconsume everything as they always
do everything.
They do everything else.
Yeah.
So and I just felt myself, and I said that. And I was sitting there and I was like, man, this is what they about to do. And here we are now in so many of these African countries that the Shea Tree is pretty much going extinct. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're trying to do everything that they can to preserve it and pretty much restore it.
That's sad.
You know what I mean? So it just really got to me, and I was just like, wow. Like what are we gonna do? You know what I mean? And then it's every time we find a product, it's something else to get ran out, everything get worn out. You know what I mean? And so, and I feel like in us doing this, we are shifting from. We keep trying to get pulled into over commercialized instead of shopping with our mom and pop or our locals or our people. You know what I mean? And we're constantly not circulating our dollar, and our dollar is constantly going outside of the community. You know what I mean? Instead of shopping with each other, so that we can grow our community and we can get to the level that we need to get to.
That's true.
I mean, so
it's always the convenience, and it's always the money. And laziness, because if we're in a store already shopping for something, what we're going to do, we're going to grab whatever product they have. Like, what is that one? Something tree.
Tea tree.
Not the tea tree oil. It's a scrub and body butter now that they have out there. Shea Tree or something like that. I forget the name of it. But instead of going to black-owned businesses, it's convenience, and they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay for
quality
work or artisan work or handmade type work. But to be honest with you, anytime Babylon or the colonializer put their hands in something, it's always going to be capitalism. So look at how everybody dealing with crystals now, or you see everybody need Mama want Florida water,
sage, and
Palo Santo, those type things. All of Palo Santo tree is about to be extinct. You know?
Oh wow.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And it's been about 10 years ago they predicted that. So that's probably not even the real Palo Santo out. And the shea butter that you have in these stores are not real.
Wow.
Hey, call
It's
it
not.
out. Call
It's
it out.
not.
Let 'em
The
know.
middleman, I was looking at a video some time ago, and it was saying that the problem that they're having with conserving the trees is the middleman, because they'll go to these countries and they don't care if it's good product or not. They're just going to grab it and
Try
put
to
it on
make
the
some
market and make money off of
Same
it.
thing they doing with the sea moss.
I was just about to head
Yeah.
towards that.
Same thing they doing with that.
Sabi was speaking on that with the sea moss and saying that, like, hey, it was a video a while back. He say, so how you recognize real sea moss to not farm raised, but commercialized, or just how
Right.
they just growing it, you know, instead of pulling it up natural off the ocean, is that he was saying it'll be real salty.
Yeah.
It'll have a lot of flakes and salt on it. He was just saying that now, and I looked at that video and I remember feeling myself feeling bubbly on the inside, feeling bubbly, just getting heated, like, man, here we go again.
Yeah.
Once people started learning about sea moss and found out about sea moss, and it became a trend, you know what I mean, everybody wanted to get on it, you know what I mean?
But you know what? But you know what's so crazy? It's enough of this stuff for all of us. What it is, they go take it away. They
Yeah.
take it away and store it
And hoard it.
somewhere and hoard it,
Yes.
because it's enough of this. For this is listen. We don't have a shortage of nothing that we need on this planet.
We don't.
We have enough to go around for everybody. It's just the hoarders, and this is the same thing that's happened with all the other trees. Like even when we talked about in the previous episode when we was talking about the female trees, there's no more female trees. There's nothing but male trees. But where are the female trees, right? So you know that they're doing this for these different reasons. But it's enough. It's enough on planet Earth of everything that we need as far as like natural resources for everybody. It's the hoarders.
Yeah. And who have the money?
Yeah, that
Whoever
part.
have the money, they could buy stuff in bulk.
Right.
You know, or they could go there to that land and grab it before it could hit the market.
For control purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For control purposes.
So the best way of conserving the shea, in particular the shea tree, is in Uganda. They have set up where you have to go to Uganda. They no longer selling the nut. You have to go there and pick the product. They're gonna process it and anything. You know, like how you get bulk shea butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now what you can do, you could go there and, well, before what you could do is just go get all the nuts, like the hoarding.
Right.
The people with the money could go there, and a tree takes, one tree could give like, I think a million nuts. So imagine you with all this money, you go over there and you just deal with this certain tribe and you take all the nuts, right? You keep on coming, taking the nuts, but they're really not making money off of that. They're just making like 100,000 or something like that. But if you go there and purchase a nut from that's already been processed into a butter, then that's where they're gonna make their money. So they say they're gonna cut that person out. You're not gonna rape us no more.
That's good.
You know, so that's one way you could conserve.
Gotta stop
the shea
selling
tree.
out.
Yeah.
That's good.
They gotta
That's
stop
great.
selling out.
The middleman have to be wiped away, you know, or you know, a limit on it. It should
Yeah.
be a limit, I think,
Yeah.
because everyone ain't gonna don't have enough money. I know I don't have enough money to go to no Uganda
Right.
and get no shea butter,
Right.
Right.
no shea nut, and I don't have no manufacturer to deal with it.
Yeah.
So it was the manufacturers that was going there and taking all the shea nut, but now they have to go there and get it mixed. Like they're mixing it and they selling it to you in the butter form.
And this is where all these allergies and stuff coming from and stuff like that too. All this stuff that they mixing into
with it. Yeah, you don't know what they're doing.
You
with
don't
it.
know.
You don't know how.
You don't know. And everybody's body is different. Everybody's body responds to these different like butters and stuff. Even with the stones and you know and stuff like, you know, everybody body not gonna read the same.
And not only that, we're not even thinking about the energy that people put into stuff.
Right. That part, yeah.
You know, I'm big on working with my vibes when my vibration is high.
Yeah.
I do not touch my stuff if I done got into it. I had
Yeah.
a bad day at work. I
Yeah.
usually leave it for certain days to mix.
Right.
Because whatever we put in our body, we have to realize there's an energy to it.
That's so true. That's
Your
so
water
true.
you drink, if you put some words on it, you could do a lot of stuff with
Right.
your energy.
Right.
You know, not getting off the Shea Tree, but I'm just
No,
you
you're good.
No, we good.
Because
We
that's-
building. We
yeah,
building. We building.
because that's just like doing hair. Like I was just telling somebody, I was like, I don't let everybody do my locks.
Oh no.
I don't let everybody in my head.
They can't touch it.
No, ma'am.
They can't touch
No,
it.
ma'am. And my hairdresser, she actually moved to Atlanta. Shout out Mia.
Okay.
She actually moved to Atlanta, and I haven't let nobody in my head since
can't.
then. So she's here. And she say, I'm in town. You want to get your hair done? I say, well, let me check my coins, girl.
Okay.
But I'm just like, but I got to go get some of that good old energy because she got good energy in her hands.
Yes.
I love it.
And you have to give her good energy because think about all the stuff that she received
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
It's a lot. Hairdressers are healers.
Yeah.
They're our counselors and they're healers
Absolutely.
as well. And that's why you was drawn to her because she had a particular energy.
She
and
does.
You trust her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
But since we're talking about hair, I had a big transition.
Okay.
So after 25 years, probably more than 25 years, because let me see. My daughter, probably 28 years, I grew locks.
Okay.
And I recently chopped them down.
You did the big chop.
I did a sacrifice to restart. So I did a reset.
Wow.
Yes, I did a reset.
Okay, so if you don't mind me asking, would you like to expound on, like,
So I feel like your hair holds so much energy.
right?
And if you don't know, I walked as a Rasta woman for 20-something years.
Okay.
So I was in that covenant for a while, and when I separated from that covenant, I didn't only separate from my king at that time. His family was like a big part of the Rasta culture in New Orleans. I separated from my Rasta family too.
Okay.
So it was like, Haile Selassie is still my king, and I cite him in that way. However, the transition of the divorce, I felt like it was time to reset and do a Sankofa moment, look back.
Yeah.
You could point the finger all you want to the spouse or your boyfriend, whoever, girlfriend or wife, what have you, but you have to look at self first.
Absolutely.
And do a self-evaluation,
Yeah.
And it's a lot to that thing. I'm not even going to go deep into our separation. But
Yes, ma'am.
It was more or less of restarting.
Yeah.
Because I saw faults in myself.
Yeah.
You go, even when you give and you thinking you giving for the greater good, you lose piece of yourself.
That's true. Yeah.
Even as simple as, let me rush home to cook before he get home. But you really need time to settle and heal,
Yeah.
or read a scripture, or read a book. Or
Decompress.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I work in the medical field, so that's a lot of energy I deal with,
Yeah.
just dealing with that.
Yeah.
And to come home, I felt like I lost myself in so many ways. I think I was overly strict in so many ways.
Yeah.
And everything in life, we need balance.
So I'm hearing, we having a couple of ladies on the podcast, and I can speak from my own experiences. What advice would you give to like the younger women that's going down this same road on how to create that balance where they don't find themselves like losing themselves with trying to
Appease.
Appease,
And
yeah.
not only appease,
the children too.
Look, I always tell my sisters that I see, look, I don't care if you got to lock yourself in the bathroom
Yeah.
and give yourself time.
Yeah.
And that's another, I don't want to go to my product, any product, okay? I'm not just building on my product, any product.
Right.
Whatever you have at your house. When you're moisturizing, when you comb your hair, look into the mirror and say positive affirmations to yourself. Just take 5 minutes. It don't take that long to speak life into yourself.
Yeah.
Whatever you feel like you're lacking in, just put it in a flip the script and say, I am.
Yeah.
And just pour into you and give yourself love.
Yes, ma'am.
And I feel like when you do that and when you're more in tune with yourself, you can't get knocked off your square, right?
Yeah.
and just be honest.
Yeah.
People's feelings could get hurt, but it's only going to be hurt for that moment.
Yeah.
And if you choose yourself,
Yeah. Absolutely.
you could disappoint people.
Yeah. It's
Just
okay.
don't disappoint yourself.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
that's the key giveaway of that.
Well, your skin is glowing.
Thank you.
So you are wearing your product, like you are your product, right?
I am.
And so I'm looking at you, and I'm looking at all these like wonderful products or whatever, and I would like to kind of go through some of these things.
Okay.
You know, we kind of talk about some of these things, right? So we got the Love Me Up
Oh yes. So
body butter.
So I have shea butter in there, and I use 2 types of shea butter, one from Ghana and one from Sudan and Uganda. It's called Natalica butter, and it's like from the Nile, the River Nile.
Oh.
From
Oh, wow.
Sudan to Uganda. It's very soft. It goes into your skin instantly.
Right.
So I mix it up with traditional that we know, Ghana. I didn't even know they was doing shea butter in India.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that either. Wow.
India.
Okay.
So, we traditionally know Ghana, right?
Right.
Nah, you got to check it.
Wow.
So I use that. I do it also with mango,
Okay.
mango butter, and Abyssinian oil. That's like my key thing. I don't think nobody else is using that.
Yeah.
Abyssinian oil.
I've never heard nobody else using it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Abyssinian oil is from Ethiopia, Abyssinian.
Okay.
It's the closest thing to our sebum. Sebum.
Okay.
Okay,
Mind my words.
that makes sense.
Okay.
So if it's close to your own oil, it's easier into the body. It could
When you say your own oil, you mean your own.
sebum, your own skin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I just want to kind of expound on that so
Yeah.
everybody can know, what we're talking about. Yeah.
So your own oil that you produce,
yeah.
it mimics that. What it does is, if you're an oily skin person, it balances it out. If you're a dry skin person, it balances it out.
Okay.
And mango and shea, what it does is locks in the moisture. So
Okay.
it's like a protector.
Okay.
Almond oil is a emollient as well, which kind of locks in moisture. So basically, my products is for all use: dry skin, oily skin, combination skin.
Yeah.
But most important, it's all about love. That's why I brought the love energy.
Yeah.
And using time for self.
Yeah. Okay.
That's awesome.
Well, so I'm gonna definitely do some before and after pictures of me.
So it
You
works
know,
for the
and-
skin. It works for your inner being.
Got
know?
it. Got it. Got
Okay.
it. That's what we was talking about on the last, like about the glowing from the inside.
You have to. It start with food and water.
Yes, ma'am. So this is the self-love foaming scrub.
So, I also have, it's a foaming scrub. So I usually use it's frankincense and myrrh. And I also,
favorite.
yes, I love a frankincense and myrrh. It purify yourself, okay? Clear and cleanse.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's also good. Frankincense and myrrh also have good skin benefits. So it's good for the face, all over your body.
Okay, so this is okay. Okay. Yes, ma'am. I got some good stuff up in there.
And then
King Kush.
now come on now.
Yes.
We're talking about
this another
Mama
scrub.
Africa. So we had to come with the Kush.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I love that.
So is that Shea and
So what this is a emulsified scrub. So you're going to get you're going to exfoliate the skin as well as moisturize the skin. So it don't have shea in that.
okay.
In the foaming scrub, it do have shea in it.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, and what else we got? Oh, so we got
So-
some more body butter.
So so I brought a butter to correspond with the scrub.
Okay,
And how I like to do
I got
it
two
is
butters. Both flavors for King Me Up and
Yeah.
Love Me Up.
there you go.
Okay, King Kush. I'm sorry, King Kush and Love Me Up. Each have a.
Okay. So
butter.
So how do you the routine, the applique? You say so you One goes with the scrub and the butter.
So this is what I like to do. I like to take a bath with whatever soap you use. I've been on that Dettol lately. I don't know if y'all tapped into the spiritual vibes, but Dettol have some powerful cleansing.
Oh, you got to lace our audience. That's new to me. Like, and tell the people about that. Explain what that is.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. I like going to different culture stores. So I love going to the Indian store off of Hillcroft, and they sell this soap called Dettol. Now, back in the day, in the Hoodoo community, or the Gullah Geechee people, used to cleanse with Dettol. Okay, so they have a soap in an Indian store. It's for skincare, and then you also have one that you use just for cleansing. So when I come home from work, I cleanse my body and I release all kind of negative energy.
Yes, ma'am.
That's my routine, and then I come with some love. Okay, so I clear, and then I come with the love.
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
so just use whatever soap products you have at home. Then come with your scrub, and then when you get out the shower or bath, don't dry yourself all the way off. Leave a little water, because you're locking it in. That's what you're really doing with any lotion, any body butter. What you're doing is locking in that moisture.
Got you.
Especially if you have a child or adult with eczema.
Got you. And I also have a turban scarf.
Okay.
Yes. Very necessary. Very necessary. I got a good little goodie bag going on over
and that's
here,
from Black-owned, Latino-owned Caribbean vibe.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I'm excited. I can't wait to try. I can't wait to try my new stuff, y'all.
I can't wait.
So earlier you mentioned about the product or towards black business versus major corporations and stuff like that. That convenience. So as an entrepreneur, I want to ask you, like, have you thought about different ideas or ways that you can present yourself to be more convenient, or any strategies that you would like to share with anybody to being more convenient, to create that convenience?
You know, I must be honest. When the Buy Black situation came about, I started vending out here in Houston, and I think a lot of people took advantage of Buy Black. At the same time, I felt like they wasn't looking at the vendor's perspective, because, back in the day, vending fees used to be like $20, $30. I went to my first pop-up. I think I dropped like $150.
Oh, yeah, they get up there. Some places, they be charging $300. They get up there in those fees.
You're not guaranteed to make that money back.
Yeah.
And you have to realize, as a small business owner, in order, so if you drop $150, you expect to sell at least $300-$400, right? So then you need inventory for that. So the pop-up thing kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. I need to get back out there. I don't know what the vending prices are now, but that was one of my strategies, doing pop-ups. I have a website, so I post on my Instagram, on my Facebook, and I utilize my website, to be honest with you.
If you will, share that website information with the people, please.
Oh, okay. So my social medias is setteryachthouse.com, and the same thing as my website is setteryachthouse.com. So everything is Set a Yacht House. Okay. So it's pretty easy. And if you're in Houston, I actually deliver. Yeah.
Okay.
I really do, because I like making stuff fresh. I don't like to make things and let it sit on my shelf, even though it's still good for up to 2 years.
I love how personal this is.
I'm all about energy.
Yeah, I love that. I love it.
I'm really about energy, especially if you call me and I love customizing.
Right.
So if you call me and say you have a problem, I had one sister that was dealing with MS. And I didn't bring that product, and I had it on my office to bring it. It's called Calm Vibes. And she was dealing with, muscle vibes, different, with MS. And she was like, she was getting my self-love, which have the frankincense and myrrh, but that wasn't strong enough, to help with what she was dealing with. So I did magnesium for her. So I created a magnesium butter with arnica. And, arnica is like a pain herb.
Okay.
So what I did was, soak my herbs for a while, and then I made my body butter and I infused it with the magnesium oil. and she swear by it. And it's actually a product that I get a lot of sales from people that's dealing with joint pain, or any kind of. I use it on my neck because my locks was heavy.
Yeah, yeah.
They was so heavy.
Yeah.
I feel butt naked without my locks
Yeah,
right now. That's why I
yeah.
still wear my head wrap because I feel like I'm still in a cleansing space. So
Yeah.
my daughter was in my hair yesterday. She was like, "Mommy, your hair's so beautiful. Won't you wear it out?" I said, "I'm not ready."
Yeah, yeah.
And then I thought about doing it here with you guys. I didn't have no cowrie shells as a headpiece. You
Yeah.
know? So I was like, that would be a beautiful protection, but.
Well, maybe we can run this back. You know, like this is saying this got to be your last time because I love your energy and I love and like I say I love how personal you are with your products. You know, even with you know, customizing, delivering and stuff like that. That makes things so much more better. And I feel like I trust you in my skin. You know,
Right,
you know,
right,
like I,
right, yeah,
you know,
right.
you know, because
That's the vibe I want to give. I really feel like all my life I have been ahead of my time. I had my youth very early. I had my first youth at 16. Now she's 30, 31. That's wild. But even older people's like, "You're such a grandma." So I just feel like
Old soul. Ancient soul.
Yeah, and I have one grandbaby. That's actually how Steady Yacht House came about. In the midst of COVID, I was like, if something go down, what do you have really to barter?
right.
You know, if the system crash, what's your contribution?
That part.
You know,
How would you be essential?
you know,
Exactly. Yeah.
I might need some sugar or some flour. I might
Yeah.
need some. What I'm gonna give you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So and then my grand youth was born, and I was like, perfect, Set a Yacht, grandmother. So Set a Yacht means grandmother in the Amharic language, the Ethiopian language.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Steady Yacht House, I didn't want to just be like skincare. I'm a herb. I deal with herbs and
Yeah.
stuff like so. So I said house, what, you know, grandma house.
Yeah.
We do everything from scratch.
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Have a different feel.
Actually, do you have any products for like hair and stuff like that, hair growth and stuff like that?
I actually do. It's called Herbal Drip.
I like that Herbal Drip.
Yeah, it comes with 7 different oils in it. Abyssinian, of course. So it's Abyssinian oil, onion oil. What else we have in there? Aloe, chamomile, grapeseed. I think sunflower. I need to have the thing in front of me, but yeah, I have 7 essential herbs for growing the scalp, cleansing the scalp, balancing the pH of your scalp, in order for your hair to grow and to retain your hair. That's the purpose of Herbal Drip. My daughter also do locks, and that's the only oil she uses in her client's hair.
Yes, ma'am.
It be selling.
And it like because the problem that you have with locks really is
carrot oil.
Okay,
Beta-carotene.
yeah.
That's the 7 one.
yeah, because that it's the to keep the moisture like with the locks like this
yes.
like you don't want them like kind of popping off and like getting
yes.
dry and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because you had them down
I
your
had
back
them all the way down to
yeah.
my waist. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm coming back. My daughter, when I was at her house yesterday, she said, how long you going to wear your hair? I was like, I'm about ready for my locks to come.
Yeah.
back. She was like, nah, give it some time.
Yeah.
I could barely grip this stuff.
Yeah. So do you miss yours? Do you miss them?
You know what? I don't feel like I have. Like I thought I would. I didn't feel like I missed like I thought I would. You know, it's like because I had kept them for a while, and I was just like, with hair loss, so the hair was thinning in certain spots, stuff like that. A chemical had got on my scalp when I was working in a warehouse, and it started kind of just eating away in that part, in that section. So I was just like, man,
It was time for it to go.
Yeah,
That's
so
okay.
it was because of the chemical. But I've heard people say there's oils that can regrow your hair, but I don't know how true that is or not.
Well, it depends on what type of hair loss it is. So if your follicle is all the way dead, you're not going to revive a dead follicle.
Yeah.
If you start, let me rephrase that. You can. If you have scarring on your scalp,
Yeah.
you can't come back from that.
Yeah.
So it depends on how long it was going on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
So. And how bad it was.
Yeah, the scarring is.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, for your products, do you use in terms of marketing, like Google Ads and stuff like that. Like I'm big on Google Ads. I ask because a lot of us don't know.
I don't know how to do none of that.
Okay, so I'll just for everybody out there, share what Google Ads for any entrepreneur. So the beautiful part about Google Ads is they're when you promote the Google Ads, you're paying per click, right? And the ads is basically people who are actually looking for that particular product. So it's way better than just taking flyers, just promoting to a wide group of people who it kind of like taking a shot in the dark. You know what I mean? Opposed to like finding somebody who may actually who's looking for that product. So if I'm looking for mango shea butter, you know what I mean? And so Google Ads will put your stuff at the top. I'm already in the market. That's where I'm at. You know what I mean? My mental is I'm in the market for buying mango shea butter, and your ad will pop up. So I'm like a big proponent, like telling people like, hey,
I need to get
Google
with
Ads.
it. I'm horrible with even sending emails because I'm like, I don't want to bug nobody. I don't know.
Bug them because all of this is necessary. Like we need this. Like we need
horrible.
this. So
I'm horrible on the business side of things. I just want to be the creator, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Right.
But in order for me to big myself up to hire someone to do it, I know I got to do it.
Yeah. So and I recommend stuff like that for entrepreneurs. That's kind of just like I said, that's in that same space. Like, hey, I don't want to do all that because you got your family, you got everything else that's going on. Like I tell people all the time, try to automate the process as much as possible.
Right.
So way that you're not so hands-on touching everything. Yeah. Even like with Google Ads, it's kind of an automated way of marketing. Once you just kind of put the budget towards it, Google Ads is going to do the work for you, opposed to you going out there and say, hey, get this product, get that product.
I know.
So in a sense, you're still not bugging them. You're letting Google bug them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to set that up because I'm like so old school with it. I'd be going like to calls, just sticking my little card, go to different shops and, bring
doing
my
the footwork.
stuff. The footwork, like.
Right. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with traditional marketing
wrong
too.
with that. Yeah, with the footwork.
Utilize both if you can, if within your budget, utilize both avenues. You know what I mean?
But I'm gonna say this too. The same thing we talked about this to another guest too. Even with doing the footwork, it's good to kind of have something on your social media page when you're doing that footwork, because a lot of great people that's doing all of these great things and stuff like that, and then it's like, well, where do we find you at, or where do we find this and that, and they don't have nothing on the page. You know what I'm saying? Like social media page
right.
And
active. I try to be active and put at least 3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah,
I have something going on because.
Because I'm gonna take a little picture and stuff and follow you too.
Please and thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do my thing.
Do a little promo ad too.
Yeah,
once we get through.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my thing.
Thanks.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks.
Most definitely. Because I tell people all the time, you got the best piece of pie, and nobody know it.
Nobody don't know.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's where the marketing comes at. And there's so many people doing what you do, but you're doing it on a whole different level.
Yeah.
You're putting your love in it. You're putting your energy in it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's what's needed. You know what I mean? It's to me, it's no different than someone eating dead carcass. I'm not trying to, not.
No, for real.
But the energy that's, from that certain animal, you know what I mean? So it's like receiving that same energy, the same energy you put into your products, you know what I mean? So that's big, and people need to know about that.
They do.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Oh, frequencies be played when I'm making my products.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Man, so yeah, it was definitely, we need to support you more. Move away from these people that's mass consuming this Shea.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And just get back to community. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Every other nationality or every ethnicity, whatever, they all do it. For the most part. And it's for like we don't. I know we've had things that's coming between us and and trying to get back to a certain point, a certain phase. But, we need to do it, have an understanding that it really empowers all of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because we have to think about the women that's making the Shea Butter, their process. Have you ever saw the process of Shea Butter being made?
Enlighten us. Enlighten us.
Oh, my word. It is like a process. Those women, first you have to, of course, get it pick it. Then you have to boil it down. You have to roast it. You got to let it stay out, I'm not saying it in particular order, but it's like several process and days of work, these women, and they're pounding it. Everything is by hand. This is not machinery doing this. At least from the supplier I get mine
Yeah.
from. You know, these women work really hard, and they're able to take care of their families, you know, with what they're getting. And if the wrong person, a colonizer, going over there giving them pennies on a dollar, that's not right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just like, you know, let's think about the girls who wear the weaves. These girls from India is sacrificing their hair
Yeah. Yeah.
for sacrifice, and the middleman come there and capitalize off that situation.
That's exactly
and,
what happens.
And they're paying, what, hundreds
Yeah.
of dollars for hair?
Yeah.
And what the women getting?
Yeah.
Nothing.
And they set up in our neighborhoods.
Nothing.
And in these neighborhoods and the black
Yeah,
communities to
right.
sell it.
So when you're purchasing something, you have to really be mindful of the process of it. And that comes with an evolved person. Like, normally people don't worry about where their stuff comes from.
Right.
They just know that they need it and they're going to get it. But we have to get more conscious about how we purchase.
Who it's coming from? Whose
Yeah.
energy is on it?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you bringing it into your house and stuff, you know, and or applying it to your skin and applying it to your hairs.
And I think we're more of a conscious people than we have been. I think COVID have awakened a lot of people up.
It definitely has. It has
To
its
be
pros
on
and
more,
cons.
yeah, to be on a more natural vibe, and you know, so that's good, you know. But we have to think about these things. And a tree, I think it takes what, 5 to 10 years. It probably could be longer than that, 5 to 50 years for a tree to even come up with a fruit.
Wow.
And they also use the shea nut or the shea tree for charcoal.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Wow.
So not only are they using the shea tree for oil, you know, they use it for their sauces back home in Africa. They use it for cooking oil, and they also use it to make shea butter for their
Wow.
families, and then for us to make our skincare products. And the big corporations is just taking it all.
And they making like the charcoal soap and all of that kind of stuff. You could walk right there and I'm gonna tell you
The
something.
hookah charcoal as well.
Yeah, because when I see it in Walgreens, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
And they,
it's bigger than us.
right, and they
Yeah,
create
it is.
scarcity over there for
Yeah, yeah.
They're chopping the trees down.
Yeah.
So if it take a tree 5 to 50 years, let's say, to grow and to produce a fruit, like what you think is going to happen to those communities?
right.
They
They're
use it for food.
using it to support the. Oh,
They
man,
use it for
this is-
food.
This is.
It's
Ooh,
not
man.
about. I mean,
That's crazy.
Using it for skincare is like the lanyap, the extra. We say
Yeah.
Right.
lanyap in New Orleans. That's that extra.
Yeah.
But traditionally, it's used for food. In Uganda, one sister was saying that, like the Natala shea butter is more like a avocado there. A little sweeter than the avocado and smaller than the avocado. So these are foods that they use
A
traditionally.
source of protein.
You know? So over consuming and capitalist behavior is not good. You know, it's enough of money for all of us, but we have to be conscious and be aware on where we're spending our dollars.
So I guess the disconnect is we need to get in place.
Yeah.
We need to take our rightful place here because we are the ushers of the earth.
Oh, we are.
We are the ushers of the earth, so we have to take our natural place and make sure a lot of this stuff. But a lot of us are waking up
Yes.
and
Give thanks.
realizing who we are, and so that's like the first step of
Oh, yeah.
taking your place. Because you can't take your place if you walk around here lost.
Right.
You don't know
Right.
who you are. So what a wonderful time to be alive. Y'all know I
It
say it
is.
all the time.
It is.
What a wonderful time to
It
be
is.
alive.
And I'm
grateful to be
grateful.
here.
I'm grateful.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for you.
Look.
I'm so glad you came.
Look,
and-
I was just about to say that. I'm so grateful.
yes, ma'am.
How pleasant and how blessed it is to be in a oneness with like-minded people.
Yes,
you know,
ma'am.
And it just feels good. you
Yes,
know.
ma'am.
When I tell you I'm an introvert and I don't do these type of things,
Yeah.
I'm always shied against this type of vibe. But this year I said, there's no such thing as no.
Yeah.
And I always been a girl of, I don't care if I'm scared, I'm gonna do it. But
Yeah.
this year I've been like, 100% doing it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So give thanks for holding space for me and having me as a guest. I'm so grateful.
Yes, ma'am, and gratitude for having you
Yes,
as well.
yes. If you can, give them a shout out. I know you can. I know you can. If you will, give them a shout. I mean, shout out. Where they can reach you, where they can get your products and stuff like that. Just kind of reiterate on that.
All right, you can always reach me. Actually, I give out my real number, 281-940-94. I think it's 9404, but it's on my bio in my Instagram. I'm small, so I love to touch and talk to people. My website is setayathouse.com, and that's SETAYATHOUSE.com, and for all social media, it's the same thing, setayathouse.com.
Absolutely, and you heard it here first. This is the podcast that heals and builds.
Okay.
Peace.
Bless it.
I have learned to piece together pieces that you broke. I can see through all of the deceitful things you wrote. I have managed cracking all the secrets to the codes. You swerved into my lane like you were sleeping on the road. Said we weren't indigenous and brought us here as slaves. Wrote yourself in her story and tore us out the page. Trying to cover up that you're the one that's out of place. Then wonder why my people wildin' out and in the rage. Bitch, you lied, we've been certified. My ancestors own this shit, I know that hurt your pride. I'm witnessing truth and lies unfold before my eyes. Present in the flesh, oh what a time to be alive. Understand that white folks not our only enemies. We got those against us that still look like you and me. Just because you talk that talk don't mean you're fooling me. Cause I don't need a savior long as I stay true to me.